Good morning, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you might be doing. We wish to welcome you to the Silverlight Show. The Silverlight shines to illuminate that which lies hidden in darkness. For those of you tuning in today, we welcome you in. This is actually in reference to tomorrow's show, because I don't record things necessarily in the order that they come out in. But while I was recording it, I got interrupted with two Facebook alerts with this person wants to befriend you. Now, there's a couple of easy ways that I can detect spammers. And I don't want to keep this information. I want it to be public. Because the sooner we can defeat spammers, the sooner we can actually go back to having conversations. Now, you're probably wondering how it is I can detect a spammer. Some of them are really easy. Mostly they have a pretty attractive person on their profile. If you're more technically inclined, you can, well, I'm using a Windows box for this at the present time, so it's really easy. Right click, download image, put it somewhere you're going to remember where it is. Your desktop. I have a folder just for junk, and not just what I'm going to delete, but for stuff I don't care about. I throw it in there. Then you go to Google Image Search. You can upload that same photo to Google, and hey presto, click on images, and it's going to show you all the places that person appears. Usually they'll find somebody, and if there's two people with the same picture and different names, you got yourself a scammer. The second thing is I look at their profile. Now, the funniest and easiest way to bust people is, well, one is you don't know them, and two, say a woman named Valerie decides to, well, let's make it Valeria, a little more exotic, messages you, trying to become your friend. And you click on their profile, and they're using all male pronouns. This is 2024, and people identify as all sorts of things, but generally speaking, someone who's transitioning isn't going to be wearing a swimsuit or, mugging for the camera. They're going to be pretty confident in their identity. So that's a SWAT team right there. Not 100%, but pretty significant. Another good way to figure out whether somebody's a catfish, if all their photos were uploaded, their photos and updates were uploaded on the same day. You got yourself a catfish or a scammer. They generated the profile, they're sending it out, and that's how they're doing it. Now, the really interesting thing, and this is from, I think in 2020, I got annoyed because I had thousands of friends and I realized I don't talk to these people like ever. I just simply did this takes time. But I went through, and anybody's whose profile was there, or if they were not active, that was another good reason, and just deleted them. And the strangest thing happened. All the catfish and scammers went away for months. For months. So what this implies to me is these catfish are sharing quote friend end quote lists. And if you can figure out that so-called quote friend end quote where all these are coming from, and you get rid of them, hey, the catfish and the scammers are going to stop coming to you. Now, I figure I've got at least two of them, or somebody's on a friend list, because like I used to be, anybody who wanted to be my friend, I would accept it because I was hoping to get exposure for my books and That's a pretty cheap way to do it. If you can interest them, they'll be happy. And I have met some very good and nice people through Facebook and a couple other sites. Nothing romantic, just, good people to chat with and talk to and do all that stuff with. But since I restricted my policies, it's an entirely different world. Speaking of which, let me just pull up one of those scammers. And let's see what I can tell you at an instant from looking at it. Hold on a second. Facebook apparently has its squirrels being overrun. There's her name, Cassandra. Now, I actually do know a Cassandra. That's definitely not her. Not even the spelling is correct, but let's see. Cassandra has no last name. I don't know if that's a trigger or not, but it seems to be because they're too lazy. And remember, I haven't confirmed or denied. Not my type, but I'm not gonna say she's unattractive in any way. She has precisely one update. What's up group only for singles. Join my new group. Lots of new girls and widows joining. They're very lonely. Choose one of them or me. Are you interested? Register first and find your partner. Click here. chat.carolyncourse.eu.org and whatever their method of breaking things up. Now this person is this picture was literally taken in a closet. Again, an attractive woman. I have no idea what image she's sending off. She's wearing white gloves. I get a frilly skirt. Nylons. I don't know how to describe her shirt. So she's not, like I said, she's not impressing anybody, but the same token, nothing to really tip you off. Now, supposedly she, created this post 38 minutes ago. It's very curious. She said lots of new girls and widows joining. Like, yeah, widows absolutely deserve love. Don't get me wrong. It's just a weird target demographic to include. I mean, I would definitely date a widow if I was in that situation. But I'm wondering who that's designed to attract. But in this case, we do the only sane thing. We click delete request. And it's waiting. Okay, there, finally deleted it. But see, it's not hard to find these scammers. I'd go through the other one, but it's exactly the same thing as I'm doing right now, or I just did. You do those simple steps and you're going to catch 90% of the scammers and catfish. The other one is to initiate a chat with them. One of them we had, this is a number of years ago, I'm going to say between 2010 and 2015. And my friend knew I was single, and she's a lovely lady, and I know her personally. If I look right, I can see her house. And she said, "Hey, I have a friend. They're ex-military. Sorry, no, she was in the military, but she was about to get out, and maybe we would have some things in common because I was in the military myself. It's not gonna. How do you know this person? Oh, I play some games with them on Facebook, and I've chatted, and they seem okay. Okay, so we made the connection, and This is the angle they take. They start saying you're attractive, they're falling in love with you, and all of a sudden they want to be with you. But of course, they need you to send them money for a plane ticket. This all happened within 2 or 3 days. What this scammer didn't know is I was actually legitimate ex-military. There's one thing that the military forces of the world do, and that's make sure you get home. They have flights going anywhere. When I used to be at active duty, I could go anywhere that any one of our planes was going. You sign up on a list, and the cargo gets loaded, whatever it is. They put out portions for passengers, and then you're on your way to Germany, just to pick one off the top of my head. And she's saying, oh, she had no way to get home. I said, find a flight. It's not hard. Oh, my quartermaster won't let me get on one, whatever. Yeah, they will. That's part of their job, because they don't want you sitting around when you're supposedly in the Middle East. If they can cut you, they will, because you're a drain on the resources and you're taking up the space of a good soldier. So, yeah, this person tried lying to somebody who was actually in the military. Don't try it. We know what we're doing. But that's the scam that they like to pull, the distant lover scam. I'm confident if I sent a plane ticket, that thing would have been cashed out and returned on the other end probably within hours. But that's a social engineering attack. And on occasion, I admit, I'll humor one of these scammers, and it almost always does that, where they fall in love with you within a matter of a couple days. It's a shame they don't put that much talent into learning a skill or doing a job, because they're very good. But no, the problem with criminals is they always think their way is easier, and sadly it's not. So with that, I hope you have a happy Sunday, the day where I'm allowed to choose the topics. And like I said, this will come up tomorrow. You'll hear the alerts I was talking about. So, we hope you enjoyed this episode of the Silverlight Show. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and yeah, we hope you have a fantastic day.